Tennessee fans, going to have a new quarterback this year. It's still yet to be officially announced. I'm sure that'll happen closer to game time. But I'm telling you, I think it's going to be Joey Aguilar. I think a lot of people in Knoxville think it's going to be Joey Aguilar. Brent Hubbs went on Andy and Ari on 3 this past week and said he thinks it's going to be Joey Aguilar. Brent Hubbs from VolQuest, authority source on all things Tennessee. So what can you expect when it comes to how Joey Aguilar is different than Nico Iamaleava? There's a couple differences to run through, but we'll get to those in a matter of moments. Before we do that, make sure you are subscribed right here to the On 3 YouTube channel. If you're a Tennessee Volunteer fan, you're like, you know what? I wish there was somewhere in the world that talked college football and only college football year-round on YouTube. That's us. Welcome home. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss anything as it pertains to your Tennessee Volunteers or the world of college football in general. So here's the biggest difference that I think will jump out for a lot of us when we watch Tennessee here in 2025. The experience factor for Joey Aguilar and what he brings to the table here is very different than what you had with Nico Iamaleava. And you may not see it so much on the broadcast through the first watch, but over the course of the season, as you watch the kind of football Joey Aguilar plays with, if nothing else, it's going to be confident. Like there's that clip that was circulating around social media for, I guess, last couple of years, and it shows, I think it might have been Oklahoma State's quarterback. Before the snap, his hands are shaking. Nervous, shook, apprehensive, tense, all those things. I'm not telling you that was Nico Iamaleava to a T, but Joey Aguilar and the number of football games he's played in throughout the course of his career, the SEC will be an adaptation for him of sorts. He started 24 games. All right, so he's walking into this thing where there's maybe an acclimation period for the SEC, not an acclimation period for playing college football. Nico Iamaleava could have started 12 more games for you. I guess it would have been closer to 11 more games for you. Bottom line, he wouldn't have even played as much college football as Joey Aguilar has played. And so I love that for Tennessee because it gives you a authoritative presence in your offense should he end up winning the job. That's not saying he's walking in and saying, I'm the guy, I'm QB1, whatever. Once he earns the job, though, you understand there is someone who knows what they're walking into at the quarterback position by nature of the amount of college football games he's played. So when you talk about that and what it means for your football team, this will be an interesting spot for Josh Heupel because this will be, I think, maybe the second time since Hendon Hooker he's had an experienced hand at quarterback. Joe Milton played some at Michigan, played a little bit at Tennessee, but like in terms of actual real games played, real experience in college football, being the guy, like being a starting quarterback for the duration of an entire season, and Joey Aguilar's case, 2 seasons, I think that's important, and I think it's extra important, especially in Josh Heupel's offense. It's going to be massively, massively important for Joey Aguilar to get all the way dialed in and up to speed Tennessee's offense and how quickly they go. But I do think that certain nuances in terms of playing quarterback in college football, the little details, if you will, of the game, Joey Aguilar, I think, will be extra familiar with those. Applying them to Tennessee offense will be one thing, but I think he's familiar enough with those to where you can have success here in 2025. Now, when it comes to what's going to stick out to you as a college football fan when you watch Joey Aguilar, it's a very different personality playing quarterback for you than Nico Iamaleava from a play style perspective. Joey Aguilar's going to cut it loose, man. He's going to let it rip. And also, I have to believe now, I don't have any numbers to back this up, but just based on watching the guy and going back and watching stuff at App State, he's going to have a higher degree of connection on those deep balls than what Nico Iamaleava had this past season at Tennessee. It's not to say Nico Iamaleava couldn't have gotten there, but it was a projection, right? You were hoping it would eventually happen. How many times as a Tennessee fan were you feeling one of two things? Either A, you're sitting there and saying, man, he was open. I wish Nico would have let it rip. That was one thought. Or B, you're saying, man, he was open. Why did we not connect on that? That's not going to be Joey Aguilar. He will cut it loose early, often. He does not have a shy trigger finger by any sorts of the imagination. And so you love that if you're Tennessee, and you also love the fact that he's going to be able to, I think, connect, again, on a lot of those a lot more frequently. But here's the one thing I would say if you're a Tennessee fan. You commit to the Joey Aguilar experience and what he is for you as your quarterback if he is your guy from game one. And what I mean by that is, as much as he's going to cut it loose, there's also the reality of double-digit interceptions that Joey Aguilar dealt with at App State. So you got to cut those down, and I think Josh Heupel's the right guy to do that for him. But understand now, as much as you live with the deep shots and connecting on those, you also, I think, live with some of the acclimation mistakes that maybe he's going to make here for you as you get things rolling. Now, this is, I think, maybe one of the most under talked about things when it comes to how Joey Aguilar is going to be perceived as a starting quarterback at Tennessee. We're going to, I think, view him much more as a, what's the right way to say this? Joey Aguilar and how he's different from Nico Iamaleava. Nico Iamaleava, every single move he made on the football field was going to be under a microscope. Why? Because the lens you're reviewing him as is the savior of Tennessee football, number one overall recruit in America, the $8 million man, all those things. So your expectations were sky high. Like, to be real, Nico Iamaleava winning the Heisman Trophy, winning the national championship, was the expectation for him. If he did anything less than that, you're like, man, I don't know if he really, amounted to all that we would hope he would be here in Knoxville. Joey Aguilar enters the fold here, or Nico Iamaleava leads you during spring practice, and it's like, hey, this is the life raft here of sorts. This is the guy that's going to salvage what we are as a football program and push us back to the college football playoff. That's the expectation. And all that's to say is I think there's going to be a lot more understanding for Joey Aguilar in his process becoming the starting quarterback at Tennessee and the growing pains that maybe he's going to undergo here as he gets used to the system, gets comfortable in Josh Heupel's offense, figures everything out. He's doing that in a much more condensed window of missing spring practice now and only getting fall camp and then eventually having what he has during the season. So I believe in it. I'm excited for it, but I do think it's in his favor in the situation he's walking into. He's walking in not be the savior of Tennessee football, not be the guy that pushed you back to the national championship level, but a guy that is walking into a situation now and putting out the fire that was Nico Iamaleava walking out in the fashion he walked out. Not to say I don't still have good quarterbacks in that room. Jake Merck, Schlinger, as these been come to be known as. George McIntyre is the future of your football program, I think, as well. But Joey Aguilar kind of stabilizes things, and in that way, I think will curry some extra favor of the good fan base in Knoxville, Tennessee. But Vol fans, let me know what you think about this whole situation. Maybe the differences you're expecting from a Joey Aguilar relative to what Nico Iamaleava was for you a season ago. Looking forward to hearing from y'all, man. For Caden Smith on the ones and twos, for myself, JD Piquel, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We will keep this party rolling. We will see y'all next time.